Morning guys, it's a Sunday morning and I'm going to prepare for my pizza party tonight. I'm just going to reconfigure the bottom chamber. So I'm going to put a couple of bricks to support the pizza stone. So you can see I've got quite a large exit path for the riser. In fact, you could say I almost don't have a riser at all. So I've got a couple of firebricks inside to deflect the gases. And I'm going to put my aluminium baking sheet, which back again, but you can see that it's been warped by the heat already. Okay, so that's going to go on there to try and spread the heat to the pizza stone or my tile, so it doesn't crack, I hope. Now I've got a new tile, another $5, so I'm going to put that on. Yep, that's belly pork prepared Chinese style. I've marinated from yesterday, and I perforated the skin with a 23 gauge needle a zillion times. That's to induce the crispiness that you see, and the salt is there to draw the moisture out from the skin so it becomes crisp. Now you can't use ordinary salt because the salt will enter the little holes and make it too salty, so you use this sea salt. In this case it just turns out to be aquarium salt that I had lying around for my goldfish. So I'm going to let this sit for a few hours to get up to room temperature before I put it in the black oven of my rocket stove. This is elephant garlic that I grew last year, and I think I must have pulled it out about December or later, can't remember. So that's going to go and be roasted in the oven as well. It's looking like this at the moment. I've put a bit of tin foil around the surfaces, as previous burns have left a lot of soot on the bricks. I don't want that touching the food. Guests might get upset. Now I've actually got that brick, as you can see, sitting on the tile. I don't want to lift it up. But I could enlarge the oven, but I'd have to go out the back here, and I just don't have enough space at the moment. But I will once I shift this whole contraption down to the back garden. It does look quite squarish, so I could extend it to make it look more of a square by going up that the rear of the chimney from where we're standing to get more of the pizza stone in. And what I'd like to do is replace this area here with a door, probably made of ceramic fibre, so lightweight insulated door to access the stove, so I don't have to take the lid off. And the lid is my cast iron plate. My lid sits on top like that, and the cast iron plate heats up to about 150 degrees centigrade, which is enough, I think, to radiate heat back to the pizza top. Well, that's the plan anyway. And today we're also going to try roasting that... Oh, God, what are you doing? Eating grass again. Yeah, I'm going to try roasting that bit of pork belly I prepared yesterday. If you look here, you can see that there's the venturi port at the bottom, and then the flame goes up, and straight above it goes into the first chamber just above the firebox. So in fact I don't really have a riser here. This is looking a little bit like the double shoebox design, but furthermore the flame, or the heat, can go up to the oven up the top here. So flame should go directly above the firebox and up the chimney, but heat will rise and enter the oven. Just after 2:30, pizzas are supposed to be done at 6 o'clock. But I've got a lot of things to cook in the meantime. I've got to cook the potatoes, roast the elephant garlic, roast the roast pork, belly pork, and then start the pizzas at 6 when people arrive. So I think I'll start the fire up now and see how it goes. My current go-to method still, a couple of cups of wood pellets, fire starters on top, wait for the fire to start up, add some kindling, and when it's going then I can add larger pieces of wood. While we're waiting for that fire to start up, I've got some kindling. I only bought this yesterday. You can see it looks like there is a mold on it. Okay. Anyway, it's a bit too big for the fire, so I'm going to split it using this kindling cracker, which is something that was invented by a New Zealand schoolgirl. So, no chance of hitting your hands or hurting your hands. Oops. Okay, that's what these two holes are for screwing it down. Oh well. Anyway, sort of, we've got kindling. Works dead on the ground, can't fall down. Of course, when things aren't quite going your way, there's always the USB fan. This is a Miniso one, but got 3 settings. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, cheating a bit with my fan. Half an hour into the burn. Unfortunately, it's still smoking. You might be able to see it against the clouds. See that grey stuff? But we do have a decent fire going. Can't really see it because of the heat. No, it's just too hot in my face. So after half an hour, 817, 796. So that's pretty decent. And on the cooking plate, $58, 93, 132, 127. So it's not bad. 137 on the cooking plate in half an hour, with 700 degrees in the burn chamber. Blocked off the vent with a fire brick and putting some spuds in. I wanted to use tin foil, but I'd run out, so baking paper up to 230 degrees centigrade. Let's hope that it holds, it doesn't burst into flames. So it's only reading about 100 so far. Maybe we'll be okay. Gonna leave the potatoes in for an hour, take them out, and then try baking the meat. Now, unfortunately, there's a bit of smoke because, again, I used a bit of wood that's not quite dry. Potatoes are a little bit black, unfortunately, from an early unhealthy burn, soot, and the pork belly is going in now. Looks like the pork is roasting. At 1 hour, and it looks like the skin's done. That white stuff is just salt that I put on top to absorb the dryness, and I can snip it off later on. It's 7:30 now. The meal's finished, the party's over, as it were. I cooked about 3 or 4 pizzas, I think, plus roasted the belly pork, and also roasted some potatoes and kumaras, and just chucking a bit of bread onto the fire now. Fire's still going. Oh, there's lots of embers. Can you lift up Kanmi Bawa? Yeah, the bread's toasting away. Just too full to eat it, that's all.